Hello friends! All engines have a durable chain-type timing drive. The valve clearance is adjusted by adjusting the tappets. The need for adjustment arises after 100,000 kilometers. After 100 to 150,000 kilometers, you have to change the engine mounts and oxygen sensors. On the net, one can often find references to misunderstandings with the G4KD in Hyundai and Kia cars. After 100,000 kilometers, a knock appeared, oil consumption increased, and after opening, scoring was found on the cylinder walls. Unpleasant incidents also affected the Sonata YF. The 2.4-liter aspirated is perhaps the most reliable. At least there are no complaints against it. Sonatas imported from Korea often turn out to be alterations. Initially, they were equipped with a 2-liter L4KA engine designed to run exclusively on liquefied gas. Such machines were used primarily for taxi work. The gas unit is an almost complete copy of the G4KA gasoline aspirated, but lacks gas distribution clutches. This is what ungodly sellers used. They converted the engine to run on gas, and often not always with high quality. Subsequently, most owners of upgraded cars encountered various malfunctions and engine malfunctions. The easiest way to determine a homemade is by punching the VIN number, for example on any of the auto parts sites. An indirect sign will be the rear sofa without folding backs. This was used specifically in the gas versions due to the fact that there was a gas cylinder behind the second row, so there was no point in folding the backs. The 2-liter MPI petrol was paired with either a 6-speed manual or a 6-speed automatic. Gas versions were equipped with a 5-band automatic. The rest of the engines were paired with a 6-band automatic transmission. The manual transmission is no problem, and the clutch will easily last over 200,000 kilometers. The automatic transmission is also very reliable. Shocks that increase to 100,000 kilometers are treated by updating the transmission fluid or replacing the oil temperature sensor. Classic McPherson struts work on the front axle and a multi-link scheme on the rear axle. The chassis perhaps most often makes you look into the service of the owners of the Sonata. Front shock absorbers rarely go more than 100,000 kilometers, as do the thrust bearings. The rear suspension struts are much more durable. Ball bearings wear out by 80 to 100,000 kilometers, and silent blocks of the front levers after 100,000 kilometers. All elements can be replaced separately. The rubber bands of the rear levers are more durable. Up to 200,000 kilometers, they practically do not bother. Front wheel bearings are handed over after 50 to 100,000 kilometers. They change separately from the hub. The rear ones are assembled with a hub but serve more than 150 to 200,000 kilometers. After 100 to 150,000 kilometers, external CV joints may crunch. Then they may require maintenance of the brake caliper. They turn sour or start knocking. The steering of the Sonata uses a hydraulic type booster. The rail doesn't need a mechanic's intervention often, but there are incidents, usually due to knocking. Electric power steering is installed in cars for the American and Korean markets. Sometimes a knock appears here too, due to premature wear of the elastic coupling. Over time, chips are found on the paintwork and chrome begins to peel off. And after 100 to 200,000 kilometers, the door limiters and door locks cease to cope with their task. With age, traces of scuffs are found on the steering wheel leather and its decorative inserts. The fastest loses gloss leather upholstery in beige. Sometimes the plastic starts to creak in the cabin. Sooner or later, the panoramic roof of the top versions also creaks. To eliminate noise, the manufacturer recommends replacing the mounted screws with upgraded ones. After 80 to 120,000 kilometers, the compressor pulley bearing may get tired. It is not worth pulling with a replacement. A faulty pulley can finish off the compressor. On the Sonata YF of the first years of production, the brake pedal limit switch, frog, often failed, which led to the blocking of the gear selector and the inability to start the engine. After 100 to 150,000 kilometers, the stock loop fails. Symptoms are errors on the driver's airbag and idle buttons on the steering wheel. Sometimes the top head unit with navigation of the Prestige plus Navi versions freezes. The disease is treated by flashing the device. And after 70 to 120,000 kilometers, the rear view camera fails due to moisture getting inside. Soon it will be the turn of the parking sensors. The generator may require attention after 150 to 200,000 kilometers. The overrunning clutch starts to make noise, or the brushes wear out. If you know of other model malfunctions, be sure to write about it.